Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my video. My name is Laila Maula Hasanah. I'm from Offering A Biology Education Department of Universitas Negeri Malang. Here I will tell you about an article as an English for Biology test and the title First Lesson that invasive fungi will completely wipe out Hawaii's iconic native tree. But before I go to the point, I will tell you a few information about the fungi. So, what are fungi? As a plant, fungi don't have a chlorophyll, so we can call it heterotrophic organism. It means that fungi are unable to carry out photosynthetic or produce organic material from carbon dioxide and water. And then fungi are divided into three types: saprophyte, symbiont, and parasite. As a saprophyte, fungi, which is a living organism of dead organic matter or material. As a symbiont, fungi can symbiotic with other organisms. And then, as a parasite, fungi absorb the organic matter from living organism called host. After we know about fungi, I will tell you about an article. So, the article tells us if Hawaii iconic native tree, or we can call it ohia, until this summer seemed doomed. And how it can happen? So, 4 years ago, the invasive fungi began to kill the ohia on Hawaii Island. The blight has spread across 800 square kilometers, and the news got worse. In May, when the dying trees test positive for the fungus on the neighboring island of Kauai. And then aerial surveys and studies on the land and then in the lab now suggest that some ohia will be survived. The killer fungus turned out to be two distantly related species. One of them seem less deadly, and some trees seem native resistant to both strains. Management practices such as fencing out animals also appear to slow the spread of the fungus. And we are not going to see an extinction of the ohia, predict Flinch Hedges, who coordinating road research. At the annual Hawaii Conservation Conference in Honolulu from 24 to 26 July, Lisa Kelt, a research plant pathologist with the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Agricultural Research Service in Hilo, described key differences between two ohia killers. The first fungus is Ceratocystis Ceratocystis leucohaya, which slays trees in weak by clogging their circulatory system. And the second fungus is C. juliohaya, which causes canker sores and seem less deadly. Aerial drone survey confirmed the lab finding. The progress of the disease is easy to track in the drone image. Affected tree turned to dark red and silvery gray as the dye. Gregory Estner, uh, an ecologist with the Carnegie Institution for Science in Palo Alto, California, has seen the same pattern in aircraft surveys on Hawaii Island. He detected early signs of the blight with on-board sensitive to change the Ohio live water, sugar, and defensive chemical content. By overlaying those data on land use map, Esner says, some really strong evidence that feral animals are spreading the fungus, again by wounding trees, making them more susceptible infection. So he says that the wounding trees more susceptible than unwounding trees. And then domestic livestock can also do damage. Studies on the ground provide further support. Hughes' team set up 200 0.1 hectares plots across the island of Hawaii, fenced and unfenced, and found the protected trees were healthier. Knowing that fence can have a very positive impact is very exciting, he says. So, if the unfenced tree more susceptible infection than the unfenced tree, because the animal can make a sore, can make a wounding in the tree, and then the second infection, the wounding tree can be infected by the fungus on the nether. So the fenced trees can be healthier than the unfenced trees. And I think this is the best that I can tell about the article to you guys. I'm sorry. And then wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.